Hello, everyone, and welcome to an exciting episode of The Aftermath. My name is Ian, and as always, I'm joined by Dylan.
Oh.
Tonight was very funny.
Yeah.
Because you had sent me a text earlier saying that you had, what did you say?
An obscurity from deep within my archive.
Yes. And I was like, oh gosh, I wonder what it could be, because when you say it like that, I was like, man, that could be any number of things.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I mean, for real.
Mm-hmm.
So you came here with a movie I've never seen before, but I've obviously seen, like, I think the trailer for. I knew a little bit about the movie, but not a lot.
Right.
We watched 9.
How many?
9.
I see.
That's all it's called. It's produced by Tim Burton.
Mm-hmm.
It is a classic that apparently came from the year September 9th, 2009.
Yeah.
Which is actually really clever.
Yeah. Had to get that one.
9909.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, hey, that's great. I love
apt.
that. Yeah, very apt.
I wonder if they did that on purpose.
Probably.
Art. Oh, man.
Yeah. But apparently Tim Burton produced this alongside the animator. I think was written by somebody else as well, or written and directed by somebody else. So it's very interesting.
Yeah.
I thought that this was... Obviously, there's a lot of these films that have like his name plastered on it, and I just assume that it's,
right,
done by him.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, that's not the case.
But no.
This was a strange little film.
This one's fucking weird,
This
man.
one's weird. But I like how different it is.
Yes. Definitely. It
It's
reminds
creative.
me of... I can think of a couple old, like, animated films that aren't animated the same way, but have, like, a similar vibe to them,
Mm-hmm.
where you can tell that it's not solely, like, marketed towards children.
Yeah.
And this one, I'd say, is an even further departure from that, because there is, like it's
kind of spooky.
very horror adjacent to me.
It actually is rated PG-13.
Wow.
Which I was,
That's crazy.
Which, I mean, when
This give 13-year-olds nightmares.
Yeah. Whenever I think about it in retrospect, when I look at the stuff in the film, yes, it's spooky, but not. I don't think it's aggressive enough to get an R rating.
Mm.
But I can understand why it's PG-13. Though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's definitely a little more heavy on some of the plots than others. But yeah, it's this is one of those movies that they, at least from my first viewing, they don't really go into detail a lot about the, like, what has brought they did kind of at one point in time have like a little flashback to like what brought the world
toward the latter half of the film.
Yeah. What brought the world to its point right now.
Yeah.
But they don't really go into like more details as to like this whole black magic thing.
Yeah.
I say black magic as like the quote unquote like evil magic of stuff, but it's like it's more like
the dark science,
the green magic, or the dark science as they call it, which is interesting, fascinating. But I'm curious, like, in this world, how does that work?
Fuck if I know. Yeah. It's green.
Yeah. It's green, it just works that way.
Right.
You can put your soul into like a
bunch of little sack creatures.
Yeah, into like a
Sackboy from Little Big Planet.
You can literally put your soul inside like a little animus, like a little person that you create or whatever.
Yeah.
And as the name of the movie implies, there are 9 of them, which I thought was interesting. I didn't realize that until we get into the movie, and I'm like, oh, shit, there's like,
There's a bunch of these little munchkins running around.
And there are no people.
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic.
Evidently, the whole of the human race has been extinguished.
Yep. By robots.
Yeah.
I haven't done any research on the game Ultra Kill, but
yeah, it is pretty similar. Now that I think about it.
But John really loves that game, and he
Mhm.
also likes the lore of it. So he kind of has been talking me through some of the stuff about that. And
It's nuts.
I was going to say, and this kind of feels like that a little bit, where it's just
Mhm.
you have the machines of destruction are all that remain.
Yeah,
And,
leftover tanks.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite settings. The fact that I like it for the same reason I enjoy like all of the Forerunner architecture from the first Halo. How it's just abandoned.
Yeah.
And there's nobody there.
Mm-hmm.
But in this instance specifically, it's relatively like it ended a while, like a little while ago.
Yeah.
We don't know
It doesn't
how
feel
long
immediate.
exactly. Right.
Directly immediate.
Mm-hmm. Like there's plenty of bones everywhere, dilapidated buildings, nothing but rubble and wreckage, basically.
There's not a lot of greenery either, from what it seems like.
Everything's like a mixture of gray and brown.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything's super dusty.
Yep.
It's bleak.
The movie starts with like 9 hanging there and like eventually waking up.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like the scientist has been like dead for a while.
Yeah.
So I wonder how he ended up waking up so much longer after everyone else did.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of these questions that I have that, again, if I watch the movie again, or if I like look into a video about it, or someone who has like really dug into it, there's probably some answers for some of these questions I have.
Right.
But it's things like that where I'm like, later in the film we understand that like the 9 little homunculus are like are his or like are 9 parts of his soul.
Yeah. Just running around.
Yeah. Made up of, comprising of different things.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Different little materials, different bits and bobs.
Yeah. And I don't know. I love the creative design of it all.
Oh,
like everything looking so dark and grim and kind of grimy.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever they do use color, it's like pretty big and like bold.
Mm-hmm. Fairly high contrast.
Yeah.
Anything that isn't just part of the environment stands out like insanely.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like all of the sack folk,
yes,
the little Horcrux people are different enough.
Yeah.
And if they were just like sitting in like different bits of the background and didn't move, I might not be able to pick them out because they share the same like palette of the world, kind of.
Yeah.
But man, these fucking machines.
Oh, yeah. They're different.
Dark black with like piercing red eyes.
Yeah.
Those things are easily my favorite part of this movie.
Of course.
And the reason I was terrified of it when I was younger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For good reason.
Of course. There's definitely a lot. There's a lot, and there's like so much potential for more story that I feel like I want out of this.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't like a slight on, like I'm not complaining about it. I'm interested that like they have such a fascinating world that I feel like there's so much untapped potential behind like what like I'm not advocating for this in the slightest, but like I feel like I could potentially see like a series coming out of this and like kind of digging a little bit more into some of the kind of, you know, ins and outs, nitty gritty of how this stuff all came to be or is all worked up. But then again, I think it also kind of would lose the magic of it. So like I'm not, like I said, I'm not advocating for that, but it's like, but there is, I like that. It's so nice and it's really interesting. And again, there's this whole kind of like dark science to it all of like the sigils and this kind of
a talisman.
Yeah, the talisman that like of course we get at the very beginning of the movie, and like, you know, I don't know, it's so cool. Also like how there's like so much internally inside of them that like is, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just so much that's like it's not just like a sack with nothing in it. It's like there's like these like cogs in this machine. It's like a little robot
frame.
Yeah. With this fabric that kind of gives it a humanoid shape to this robot. And that's another thing is the contrast between the regular robots or like the aggressive robots and these sack people, for lack of a better term.
Right.
They're all like angular and sharp and pointy and like and
made of knives.
Yeah, literally made of knives.
Right.
Or
sharp skeletons.
Yeah, or sharp pieces of metal.
Oh my god, dude.
Scary and so cool. It's crazy. Yeah.
Like the first one we see is just this like the skeleton of a cat stuffed with machinery and like this skeletal like metal frame lumbering around like going after these little sack folk.
Right.
And that's easily the most disturbing part for me is that not only are these machines like insanely hostile for reasons unknown.
Right.
But they're also just made of dead things.
Yes.
Like
the remains of other stuff.
Ooh.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I wonder also why not. Like I guess again I'm speculating now before I end up trying to like actually like look up some answers potentially. So I'm hypothesizing here.
Yeah.
But like I wonder why 9? Like is there like a reason for that? Like like why not? Like what is the benefits in this context for like separating your soul into 9 parts potentially, like that kind of stuff. And then if we're gonna round it all out at the very end, like I wonder too. I don't know if I want to bring it up yet, but like the fact that like the spirits then turn into rain.
Oh yeah.
And then the rain now has like germs or like an amoeba in it,
bacteria.
And so I know that's probably the implication of like, oh, they're like reseeding the world with, stuff, which is kind of sick.
Shit's going to grow again.
Yeah. And I'm curious as to what, I don't know, man. It's interesting. It's fascinating. But yeah, to get back to it again, I think that the action in the movie is really well done.
Oh, for sure.
I was sitting on I was sitting closer to the subwoofer tonight, and some of the like explosions and the big sounds felt larger than life, especially with like the big monster, like the creator.
Machine.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing was rad.
I called him like the Tinkerbot.
You've awoken the Tinkerer.
Yeah. That's exactly what it felt like. There's this. There's a moment where, and I don't. Oh man, there's so many thoughts I feel like I have for this movie. Like I don't hate the protagonist, but there's like a level of like, and I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. There's like this level of like, oh, I wonder what this does.
Right,
which is like
curiosity.
Yeah, which is not bad, and I think it does progress the movie along in a certain way, and it is what leads us to our like main antagonist for a large portion of the movie.
Yeah.
And the thing I was going to say was I guess you could say that that's potentially the part of the scientist's personality of like wonder and childlike, devil may care way.
It's interesting to try to place like which of these numbers is
like a
like
specific
which
thing
part of him. Yeah,
it's really interesting. I think it's really cool. I think because of that, like the curiosity that we're talking about, he has this talisman throughout a large portion of the beginning of the film,
right?
And no one really knows what it is. And we come across like certain numbers, and they all have interesting like characteristics about them. All voiced by some really great actors.
The voice acting in this film is fantastic.
it was after he got his voice box and I started hearing him talking for a second, and I was like, I feel like I know that voice very well.
Mr. Baggins.
Mr. Baggins. And of course, it's Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, that's so sick. I had no idea.
What has it got in
Yeah.
its saxes?
in its gutty works.
In its zippers?
Yeah, dude.
Man.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I think if you had to pick a favorite of the numbers, which one would you go with?
I don't know. There's that's hard to decide.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like 5 becomes like the if we're gonna keep the theme going, he kind of feels like the Samwise of this
For
film
sure.
a little bit.
This little crossbow.
Yeah. We end up meeting 2 first, and he's like an older guy.
Mm-hmm.
Again, a little bit more inquisitive, I feel like, and he's also like probably like a tinker in some capacity.
Oh yeah. Made this little headlamp
Yeah.
out of a spoon and a candle.
Yes. And so we find that character, and then as we progress along, we also end up coming across 5.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like this like resistance of like they're
Right.
trying to get away from 1 and 8.
Dude.
Yeah.
As far as like favorites go, I feel like I have to go with 8.
I know.
Just because he's a big dumb brute.
Yeah, and I also love the fact that later on he's literally like he's holding a magnet above his head and causing
Right, tripping out.
causing static to happen. He's going, ooh, like, bruh, dude.
Oh man.
I wonder what that would feel like as like a robot character.
Right. Brain fuzz.
Yeah. That's funny.
Messes with your eyes.
Yeah. So, but I there's a couple of characters I liked for other reasons. One,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like him as like a lovable character. I liked him as like a complicated
Right.
anti-hero
Mm.
kind of thing.
He reminded me of a less insane Judge Claude Frollo
Yes.
from The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yes. That's a really good comparison.
Mm-hmm.
I again, he's fearful and for like a good reason.
Right.
He has a bit of a chip on his shoulder. He's what do you call that when like you're kind of pessimistic or not I won't say pessimistic, but like doesn't have like he has kind of like a I'm doing this for the betterment of everyone else, and he's like being very very guarded and like let's not take any risks.
Very rigid.
Yeah.
Doesn't like to take risks.
Right. And because of that, I think later in the movie there are some interesting things that happen because of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like the introduction of like the 7 character, which is like the female lead character. And I'm not sure if they're also like considered like quote unquote like female characters as well, but like 3 and 4 was like an interesting concept of like the twins.
They were cool.
Yeah, I like them as well.
As far as 7's probably a close second.
Yeah.
Solely because she straight up decapitates the beast.
It's pretty cool.
The fucking cat bot, dude.
Yeah.
That was rad.
That was pretty sick.
My God.
Yeah. But like, but there's some stuff that happens later in the film with 1 where there's like, he's so against 9 for a number of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But then like there's this moment where like he says this line, and I don't remember what it was verbatim, but it basically like I think it's like either from like a philosopher or it's like a quote from something.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically like if you're going to protect your people, you have to, the one has to be sacrificed.
Right.
Like there has to be like you have to do this for the betterment of everyone else, and if that's what it takes, like that's the sacrifice you have to make.
Yeah.
And it's that realization as 9 is about to do that for them, and he's like, no, I can't.
Right. That's my job.
Yeah, that's my job. And I was like, damn, dude, that's actually pretty sick.
Yeah.
And of course, that's what he does. He stands up and he ends up sacrificing himself for the good of the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
So that way 9 could end up taking the talisman thing out of the big bot.
Yeah.
But to go back around to that instance that we're talking about, there's this interest of like, oh, this has 3 little indicators in the back of it, and that thing has it as well. I wonder if I just put it in there.
Looks like it might plug in.
And this isn't
then he reawakens the devil machine.
The tinkerer. The thing is, like, this isn't the first time that, like, I think 2 tells him earlier whenever he's holding the bullet
Mm-hmm.
and he's just about to bash that shit.
Right. There are some things in this world that are better left where they lie.
Yes.
And dude, that shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then it's immediately after he does that, where he turns the robot on, everything starts shaking and rumbling, and everyone's like, "What did you do?
Yeah.
Why? It's why did you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Like why?" And of course he's like, I don't know," or doesn't really say anything.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone's like asking a very good question of like, why? Like,
what were you thinking?
you just got here. What are you thinking?
Right.
Like, you don't touch nothing, especially not
Yeah.
in this freaking hellscape of a factory.
Yeah.
We're in enemy territory right now.
Mhm.
Yeah. But that
Yeah.
obviously kicks us off on the journey of this film of like,
Mhm.
trying to, make it away from
Right.
the freaking the machine.
The natural curiosity and innate ignorance is a dangerous combination.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
I remember as soon as he slots that talisman into the machine, 2 turns right around and is like, "Oh wait, we don't know what it is."
Yeah. Exactly. We don't know what it is. And it's like, that's a good thing. I mean, there is some healthy skepticism
Yeah.
where you're like, I mean, let's figure out what it is first before we start shoving magic gems
Right.
inside ports that look
Poking around the
Yeah,
ruins
yeah.
of a
the
new
enemy
dead civilization.
new dead. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But I agree. It's very cool.
Mhm.
I liked also the story, like the progression of it feels very quick. Like it feels like it's going from one thing to the next. Like there's no real downtime. Again, the movie is only like an hour and 20 minutes, which is like pretty short.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I was impressed with it, and especially how much storytelling and how interesting they can make a world and make me ask a bunch of questions about that world, but also know just enough to like roughly understand what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was very fascinated. I was surprised because a lot of times I've watched full length films, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, or whatever, and there has not been as much character development or plot progression that I feel like I'm able to leave not only interested but like also like questioning and wanting more,
Mm-hmm.
which is fascinating.
I think my favorite part is like toward the beginning of the film.
Yeah.
Like after 9 wakes up and he's just walking around looking and just exploring the world.
Yeah.
And what really got me were the shots of the corpses.
Yes.
Like at one point he's just strolling down what used to be a road. He's got a car on his right that he peeks into, and he sees the dead bodies of a woman and her child.
Yes.
And whoa.
Oh, yeah.
God.
It's chilling.
That's horrific.
Exactly.
So immediately I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is I'm curious as to what brought about, like, I mean, obviously we get that from the middle part of near the end of the movie,
Yeah.
learning about how there was this machine, quote unquote, which I've been calling the Tinkerer,
Mm-hmm.
that obviously builds robots and things, and was supposed to, I think, be a good in the world,
Right, a source of progress.
Yes, and I think that was what the
progenitor,
the scientist. That's what the scientist wanted, was this progression, was this healthy movement forward.
Yeah,
but obviously,
basically scanned his brain into that of a machine.
Yeah,
and
but the government comes in and obviously uses it to build.
The chancellor of whatever country he's in decides to make use of it in a military instance.
Yep.
And just kind of spirals from there.
Alan, I'm looking at like a couple of fun facts here as we're talking about this. And again, we're talking about something that I feel like really nails on one of these. Alan Oppenheimer plays the scientist responsible for the destruction of the world. So it seems fitting that he's the cousin of J. Robert Oppenheimer.
Wow.
The father of the atomic bomb.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
So the character's name, I believe, is, or I guess I think is it the voice actor? Yeah, the voice actor for the character of the scientist. His real name is Alan Oppenheimer.
Wow.
Apparently he's cousin. to the person who created the atom bomb.
That's
So,
nuts.
Yeah. So what a crazy twist
Where the
of
fuck
fate.
did they find that guy?
Yeah, exactly. I believe Alan Oppenheimer is an older actor of a couple of things. So,
okay.
So I think there's it's not like they just picked him off the street.
Right.
I think he has a history.
Lifted up a rock and there he was.
Ah, look at that. You'll do the trick.
And up.
Yeah. And up for our movie.
Ugh.
Yeah. But again, it starts making these robots, and of course, I love the moment. What was the line that was said? It was something that was kind of funny. How it was like it was supposed to be, or like I built this machine to help better humanity, and of course, like the next shot we get is like the tripod robot with the Gatling gun.
Oh God.
Yeah, face gun or whatever.
Promo.
Yeah.
For like the machine intelligence.
Yes.
And it being used to strengthen the country.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like they slot it into this, like the body that we see in like for most of the film, where it's just this menagerie of like different arms and manipulators. And it looks like the most evil thing you could possibly imagine. And they're talking it up like it's the greatest scientific achievement of man. That will, again, strive for a more peaceful world. And
then in very short order, it's like the robots have turned against
walkers.
us.
Yeah. Like, what did you think was going to happen?
Yep.
Look at that fucking thing.
Yep.
Ugh.
And so I'm curious now, like, I wonder, I don't know. I'm just curious as to, like, what... They built these robots, obviously, to be weapons, and the weapons turned against them and not only killed probably the enemy of theirs, but also killed them in the same capacity. And I wonder, like, are there any of those left? Or did they just, like, shut down over time?
My guess is that they...
Or just have moved on to another new area? Like,
right, because near the beginning... we see them going through the old factory, and a bunch of those old walkers are just like hanging from the ceiling.
Okay.
And that's it. Like the gas bombs they used are just all lined up neatly.
You're right. I remember that.
So it's probably the last like bit of production before it all got shut down.
Yeah. I wonder. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. That's fascinating.
Yeah,
and it's just shit like that where I'm like, what does it mean?
Imagine walking into like a factory that we have, be it for automobiles or any kind of like military vehicle, and not knowing what the fuck they are.
Yeah,
that's one of the most interesting parts of it to me. Like
one of the shots that really hit home, like as far as the feel of this movie and like the setting of it, is in those first few moments whenever Nine is getting his bearings and has like collected the talisman and has like walked across the book and makes it to the window and looks out.
Yeah.
And as the shot pans out, it's just like the wall of the building, but like the other right half of the building is demolished. And as they zoom out more, it is a post-apocalyptic wasteland.
Oh, yeah. As far as the eye can see.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, I know where we are now.
It's one of these.
It's one of these. We got a Fallout type.
Yep.
Something like that.
Man.
Yeah.
You never, I don't think about it often, like from that perspective of like the ancient civilization that we're exploring the ruins of is ours.
Yes.
You know, like the environment is recognizable because that's just how shit is now.
Yeah.
But seeing it from the dilapidated like nothingness that it's turned into is interesting.
There is a common trope in a lot of space games, like you talked about with the Forerunners,
right?
Of ancient past future tech.
Right.
Of like, you know, stuff that's far...
The Turn A Gundam.
Exactly. There's far superior technology from a bygone era and like a species that isn't around anymore for whatever, you know, insert reason here.
Right.
There's like the Guardians in Elite Dangerous. There is Atlas and all the stuff that goes on in No Man's Sky, the Forerunners. There are there's a bunch of like, again, you can name a whole bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
Of like that kind of stuff. That's like, and I, dude, I love that of like going and finding these ruins of this stuff that is from forever ago.
Prime example being the Forbidden Lands from Shadow of the Colossus.
Yes, dude.
That's one of my favorites.
Yes. It's so cool. And I love that. And this also kind of feels a little bit like that too.
Yeah.
Not only because like the Sack people don't quite know what they are, but also like, again, we're like the whole setting is in this, potential future that could have happened. Yeah. Anyways, and finding out what happened and what was the cause of it all.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I looked up right here is Shane Acker first made 9 as a 10-minute short film while he was still at UCLA. It was nominated for Best Animated Short at the Oscars. And although it didn't win, Acker was offered the chance to expand it into a feature film. It follows the same basic plot, but more characters have been added. They have the ability to talk now, and the reason for the world's destruction is explained in more detail in this short. So I'm actually kind of interested if that actually is anywhere available, because it'd be pretty sick to watch.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. So... we talked about this already. A canny choice of the marketing department was to give the film a release date of September 9th of 2009, which is really interesting. Right. And to keep in that same vein, apparently the clock tower in the church is also stuck on 909.
Really?
Yeah. I don't remember that being
I never noticed.
Yeah, I never noticed that either.
Very in keeping with the theme.
I wonder, there's a couple of these that are pretty interesting. The design of 3 and 4 is based on a pair of garden gloves. The thumb can be seen in the back, and the wrist is gathered on top. So like their hood is like the scrunch of one of the gloves, which is really interesting. Funny. And there's something that's brought up right here that I thought I liked as well. It says the first 10 minutes have almost no dialogue, much like the dialogue-free 11-minute short film or 10 to 11-minute short film that the movie was based on. That was also something I thought was very fascinating. Is like the first few minutes of this film. Again, I've talked about this with like the first 5 minutes of Up. Is like with the correct visuals and beautifully made or intentionally made music. You can tell a whole story and make people feel a whole roller coaster, like a wave of emotions, without having to say a single word.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I've said that about a handful of things. And I feel like this movie is another one of those as well, where the first 10 minutes of this film have no dialogue, but there's like so many. It's so beautiful and it's so interesting, and it makes you question things, and it makes you wonder what's going on. And
it works.
Yeah, there's magic. There's
gets the brain in motion.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, 1 tells 9 that he led the others to their current hideout, which he refers to as Sanctuary. The building closely resembles a Notre Dame church, famously referred to as a sanctuary. As the sanctuary in Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Wow.
So apparently it's also another
one.
Yeah, another one. So their hideout was actually in the church. That's crazy, dude.
It's even more terrifying from that perspective because they're so small. Like everything else is gigantic by comparison. Like even the machines, like when you think of being your own size, they're not that intimidating because again, one is the size of like a slightly larger house cat, another is like a kite, and then one is a little snake.
Yeah,
which by the way, easily my least favorite one. The one that scared me the most was the fucking seamstress.
Yeah,
which is what that's called, by the way.
Oh, okay, really? Oh no,
freaky as hell.
That was like a horror creature.
straight
the
up.
freaking the rattlesnake being like the dead body of your friend.
Ugh.
Oh, dude, I was like,
God.
absolutely not, dude.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
It says at about 45 minutes, eight walks past a monument inscribed with "Every evil and every good is a shadow which we cast." This is a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson's essay entitled "Experience."
That's fucking rad.
That's so sick, dude.
Damn.
And this is what I'm talking about too. Is I feel like there's so many little things about this movie that are hidden in this kind of thing,
Mhm.
in this kind of movie. Like I wonder
There's
what
so
all
many like little details I didn't know about.
exactly.
Before.
During the making of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Elijah Wood and his fellow Hobbit actors all got commemorative tattoos of the epic production.
Wow.
Coincidentally, Wood's is of the number or the numeral 9. I guess I don't know if that means he did that for this movie specifically, or was that something else? That's interesting. I don't know.
Mm.
When did they finish production on Lord of the Rings?
Oh man, like the entire trilogy?
Yeah,
just,
the entire trilogy. Because this one came out in 2009. So,
oh man, it had to have been before then. I mean,
also say Return of the King's release. Let's see what we got here.
Dude, now I want to watch Lord of the Rings.
Dude, don't even get me started. That's not what I wanted. Return
of the King.
Of the King release. 20. Oh, sorry. I'm so. Anyways,
A little far ahead there.
2003.
Damn.
So I think what they're saying is coincidentally he must have gotten a 9 on his like the numeral for 9 on his body in some capacity for like to commemorate that. And then
that's
of course,
crazy.
and then a few years later he then became the voice actor for 9, which is interesting.
I played a number once.
I played a number once. That's so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
In the archive footage, when the robot first awakens, it takes a pose similar to how Ganesh is often portrayed.
Ganesh.
Yeah, or I think that's how Ganesh is a Hindu god of destruction.
Oh my God!
As well the creator. The robot creates the robot army, which then proceeds to bring about its apocalypse.
Wow.
Oh, that's actually so sick, dude.
Rad.
Oh my gosh, that's fun.
Holy shit.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to look up Ganesh and see what the destroyer
slash
creator looks like.
Let's look up this real quick. Let's see what we got. I'm just gonna look up Ganesh.
You said it was Hindu?
Yeah, Hindu.
Okay.
It's like a Hindu god, I think.
Wow.
So whenever I think it's one of like the it's like the elephant guy.
Really?
Yeah. Or one of them. At least this is what I've looked up so far. He has multiple hands.
Oh shit! Yeah, I seen that fucker before.
Yeah. So I think if I was to guess, I think in the original like archival footage, the machine awakes and holds its arms in a certain way.
Wow.
As like
that's
dude,
nuts.
that's actually super
I'd
sick.
like to imagine, like, what if it knew? What if that was just a nod's like, I'm gonna fuck everything up.
I'm gonna
killing all you sons of
create
bitches
and destroy, dude.
Oh man.
Wow, dude. That's so interesting.
Mm-hmm. It brings to mind I have no mouth and I must scream.
Yes.
Where all that's left in the world is just this malevolent machine and a few human-like survivors.
Maya was making a joke that like Spotify had recommended like a few audiobooks.
Oh yeah.
Or a few books that quote unquote she would like to hear or whatever. Yeah. And some of them were kind of like, kind of random and probably not very tailored to her.
Right.
But then she like saw one and she kind of was, I don't think she ever heard of it before, but she was making the joke.
Yeah.
She said, and then there's this one that says, "I have no mouth and I must scream and other works." And I was like,
God.
funny enough, it actually it's pretty sick. And she's like, oh, really? And I was like,
Give
oh,
it a
yeah.
listen.
So I kind of gave her like a little synopsis of what it's about. And she's like, oh, I just thought it was like a jokey thing. And I was like, oh, no.
Indeed.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Oh, man.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I can only imagine this is the scenario in which Am stops fucking around and just decides to off all of them.
Wait, okay, so wait a second. I'm so curious about. I just saw something and I'm not sure if I.
Oh.
No way.
What is it?
Okay, hold on. Let me find out who this actor is.
Okay.
The voice actor for number 9. Oh, I'm sorry. Duh. The voice actor for 1 in the film. And I lost it. You son of a bitch.
No.
I hate advertisements on these damn ass websites.
Right.
Anyways. His name is Christopher. And here we go. Christopher Palmer is his name. And it is his second animated film of 2009 after Up.
Oh.
And I think he voices the older guy in Up.
The fucking the crazy geezer that tries to kill the bird and all that.
Yeah. Like the main guy.
I'm trying to
think. Yeah. His name is his character name is Charles Muntz.
That is him.
Yeah. Which is
my god,
the kind of more slender older guy.
Yeah.
So he also
that's
voiced
crazy.
him as well, I saw that and I was like, holy shit, that's really cool.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. He plays the bad guy in that film too, which is kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
what the coinky dink.
There's and that's what I figured. I was like, the second that we finished this movie, I was like, there are probably so many little things that I missed about this film that make it so special. Because it looks like there's a lot of love made into this.
Oh, for sure. I don't think I could think of anything like it that's come out.
Also,
like since then.
Yeah, I had a sneaking suspicion about this. Here's like a little fun fact. It's a bit detailed, but I think it goes into exactly what I thought.
All right.
It was about. It says the chancellor and the regime mentioned by the scientist are showed in the old archive footage. Appears to be a reference to Adolf Hitler, which I figured that was exactly what it was.
Yeah.
The fascist dictator
had a similar
Germany, who held the title of Chancellor of Germany until he gave himself the new title of Führer. Führer. I don't know how to pronounce that. Führer. When standing in the car in what appears to be a parade, the Chancellor lifts his hand to motion. Yep. In a motion similar, not exactly, but similar to the Nazi salute. The flag and the banner shown on the wall when the Chancellor is announcing the creation of the machine. It's similar in color and, of course, in framing to like what would be like a swastika flag.
Yeah.
So that's exactly. I was like, when I was watching it, I was like, it's not exactly like it, but I was like,
just similar enough.
I was like, oh, okay, we're dealing with like some really on the nose type stuff.
Oh yeah.
When the Chancellor takes the machine away from the scientist, the soldiers who take the scientist away resemble SS officers in uniform and in action. Finally, in a deleted version of the library scene, the scientist refers to a quote-unquote dictator instead of a chancellor.
I see.
Oh my gosh, dude.
That was another thing I liked about that little scene is whenever we see the soldiers try to take the machine away, we see the scientist like just messing around with it.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
tinkering on
putting something together.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it like sees them trying to take him away, he grabs the scientist by the arm to try to stop them.
Yeah.
And then straight up just fucking grabs one of the soldiers by the head and just throws him out.
He's chucking these dudes around. I was like, man.
It brings to mind what could have been like if the machine was left alone with its creator in order to be like taken care of properly. Because after that point, I mean, they just plugged that fucker into the war machine.
Yep.
Like nonstop.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting.
Went from allied master computer to aggressive menace.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, really quick. Damn, dude, that's so great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I man, I can't believe this movie came out in 2009. That's the thing that's tripping me up right now. It's close.
It still holds up.
Yeah. It's closer to being 20 years old than
oh my
than
God.
not. That's the part that
only 3 more years.
Cuz I never watched it. But I knew from what people were saying, people that were fans of this kind of like, kind of more spooky animated films. There's a lot of these films that are in like the Tim Burton universe or Tim Burton adjacent that I haven't watched that I would like to. I think ones that were brought up recently are like Frankenweenie is one of them. There's another one that I always thought that Coraline. I thought he did Coraline, but apparently he had no hand in that.
Right. It was similar, but that was made by Studio.
I don't remember, but I
Studio Leica.
Okay.
They've done a lot of movies in that similar style.
Yeah.
But I don't think Tim Burton had much to do with it.
No. I just think it had the same kind of stop motion vibe, and I just associated the two things together. Yeah. But I have seen the classic Nightmare Before Christmas at least twice, which I think is obviously I can appreciate that. I watched some like making of videos for that.
It's so cool.
Yeah. I don't even know how you even begin to work
on
a film like that.
Like really in-depth stop motion animation like that.
I also watched Princess Bride. Not Princess. What is it called? The Bride. There's like the. I can't remember.
The Corpse Bride.
The Corpse Bride. Yeah. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the Princess Bride. The Corpse Bride. I think I've watched that like also once or twice as well, and it has that same sort of, I think if I'm not mistaken, stop motion. Kind of vibe. Which I know
very cool.
Takes a lot of effort, a lot of time.
But it's so worth it.
Oh man, it's so good though.
It's an art form that doesn't get enough attention or isn't done enough, period.
Yeah.
And I think that's a shame.
Yep. There's a few people I scroll through on Instagram that do some pretty fun stop motion of like Gundam figures and do like cool like goofy dances and shit for them. I'm like, man, not only do I love this because it's obviously funny and it's a little Gundam model doing a goofy ass dance or
cutting
whatever,
a rug,
or like shaking its ass, like it's like that kind of shit. Man. But it's also like the fact that it's also like really well made stop motion, which I'm like, so like there's like multiple layers of appreciation where I'm like, you put some time and effort into this,
and you made me laugh.
And you made me laugh. It's goofy content, but at the same time, like you put some work and effort into it, and I love that.
Good on you.
But yeah, I think there's a handful of things like that again I don't think we'll probably see very often. Not to say we'll never see it ever again.
Right.
About a month or so ago, Maya and I rewatched Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, dude.
And that's one of my favorite like Disney princess films for like a number of reasons. One and probably the main one being like, the prince with the sword of truth taking out the dragon. Like that's obviously sick. I love that.
Oh yeah.
But we were watching it, and I never realized. I guess again, it had been forever since I watched that film either. But I was looking at like the backdrops.
Oh yeah, dude.
And like the trees, and how it's all these like different like cells, layers or whatever it's called, the panes of like the stuff that they were doing.
Yeah,
and so it all has this like parallaxing motion, and
it's so cool.
I was like, man, there are so many things like technologically that we've progressed forward. But there's some things that there's some things in these art styles that kind of get lost, I think, with like the smoothing out of technology.
Yeah,
that
it just
I feel
doesn't
like
quite hit the same.
Yeah, and I think the same sort of stuff happens like we were talking about. John showed you a video of like someone who made their separate monitor on their desktop setup. A little CRT TV.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
insane.
And so this guy, I'm assuming with some converter boxes and some stuff, was able to make one of his this little CRT television into like a separate monitor on his desktop. And so he dragged I don't know what streaming service he was using, but he dragged over a window of Pokemon and full screened it, and he had a whole CRT television he was watching classic Pokemon anime on, and he was
have to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, and so you have to, if you find a CRT television that works and that probably has like RCA inputs on it, I was like, we could definitely get it to work. I think
it's a must.
Or at the very least, a coax input that works.
Yeah.
But I was thinking the same thing. We've talked about this as well recently. Not on the podcast, but like I with John here on the podcast, we talked about playing some older games, doing some emulators, and getting some of those old games figured up. And I'm playing some that I don't think I've ever seen on like a high def, huge display before.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the classic Scooby-Doo game I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Like Night of 100 Frights. It's an old Scooby-Doo like action or like a platformer type game. It's silly, it's fun, and again, I played it when I was a kid, and like it's so nice to kind of get back to it and go like, oh wow, what a goofy game. In memories, it's nice, but it's also one of those like I think it would do better on a CRT television.
Yeah, it's crazy how that works, huh?
Yeah,
like because of the quote unquote limitations and how they designed games, they were made damn near like specifically to work with these kind of TVs.
Yeah, it kind of hides the flaws of some aspects of it.
Especially a lot of the old like pixelated titles.
Yes.
Like a bunch of old JRPGs just look better on a CRT screen.
Right.
Because that's what they were made for.
Exactly.
I remember seeing like a comparison video and it was night and fucking day.
Yeah.
It's crazy how they pulled that shit off.
Yeah. and that's the
like
thing.
I can see more detail on an older screen than on what they got brand spanking new out today.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I love that. And so I was bringing that up too because it's like it's awesome to see like this old. There's just some things that I think there's like quirks about that like this art that was made for this kind of device works well in that medium. And then I wonder, about how that works, how that is like a different art style in general.
Is there any way I can match that?
Yeah. There's a huge resurgence right now of games like having that PlayStation 2 aesthetic. Because first of all, it's like, approaching, what would that be? I think it came out in 2001, 2000. So again, we're like we're approaching 30 years that the PlayStation 2 like has been a thing, and so it's crazy to think that like obviously like there like we've talked about before, there's like every like the stuff from 30 years ago is the in thing now because it hits on nostalgia a lot of times. So now you got a lot of games that are like feeling like PlayStation 2 aesthetics, and sometimes they're like done pretty well, or they have like CRT filters over it that like gives it a certain look and vibe. And I'm not gonna lie, I'd be lying to you if I haven't been playing some of those and being like, oh, this shit hits. Yeah. It's so good.
I'm feeling it.
And I love that. And I'm
traveling back in time.
And so I'm looking at all these old animated movies and these old, like I said, old classic Disney films that have like a certain vibe and certain feel to them. And it's just like, man, that's, I don't know.
Shit's just different now.
Shit's just different now. I feel like everything is heading towards just being content, and not like, pieces of art that can hold up forever.
Right.
Everything kind of feels a little disposable, especially in like the media or video game space too. We've talked about that a bunch.
Right. Like, and you could be pedantic and semantic about it. It's like, of course it's all pointless. It's just fucking not gonna be here forever. It's like, yeah, well.
But put a little care into it.
Right. Consider this suck my dick.
Sucking my dick.
and or shut up.
Yeah. I don't know.
I can't stand that. Like, however right it is, it still sucks and is stupid.
Yeah. I don't want to be. I don't think that everything is doom and gloom. I do think there are some people that are putting a lot of passion and effort into some projects.
Oh, for sure.
one that John keeps his finger on the pulse of is something called beta decay.
Yes, dude.
I heard nothing about this game until
Looking forward to that
until
one.
like 3 months ago when John was like, "Yo, have you checked this out?" And I was like, "I have not." And he's like, "Oh my god, buddy, you gotta lock in with me."
Behold.
And I'm like, it's one dude like making this absolute passion project.
Isn't it always?
And putting that's what I'm saying is I think that once upon a time you used to have studios full of people that were passionate about a project.
Right.
I'm looking at you, Halo. Like they used to have some people that like were really behind it and putting in some effort and putting in some real a lot of their heart and soul into these things. And then, of course, as it now has ballooned into these like multi-million-dollar franchises, you got shareholders, you got corporate executives, you got deadlines, you got people who are in it for a paycheck now, which
other
again,
things besides the product itself,
right? So a lot of these
priority.
bigger studios now are not. I think at one point in time were the like symbols of like this is the echelon of premium quality.
Right.
You're going to get the best of the best from like these big companies.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe some people still kind of believe that.
Oh, for sure.
But I think that in recent history, I think that they are the minority now of people who are like really big into like those kind of people.
Like I'll still see people argue over like PlayStation and Xbox online nowadays.
Yeah.
But it's far from the general consensus.
Far. And so I wonder too, like I wonder how many I don't have statistics on this, but I can almost guarantee that there's a lot of people that aren't buying games on release.
Yeah.
They're like waiting a little while. They're getting them on sale. And
you never know what's going to flop.
And a lot of times you have these development teams that again it wasn't my cup of tea, but like Hollow Knight 2, Silksong, Subnautica 2, and all the stuff going on with all the drama that happened with that stuff. But like you have these I think you do have these smaller studios, or you have these smaller groups of people that are really passionate and putting their like effort into this project and making it what it is.
Yeah.
These things like beta decay. Like I have no doubt in my mind that even if beta decay is not like the it game for me, I can almost guarantee I'll play this shit and go, damn, that's good. That's really good.
That's pretty fucking
and I can almost guarantee too that the flaws are going to probably be minuscule. And it probably won't be full price.
Yeah.
That's the part that shocks me.
Because with a lot of like indie games like this, they don't have the luxury of putting out like a patch to
sometimes
fix. Yeah. And I mean, it's more so the mindset of like, if I don't get this right the first time, it's, it'll all be for nothing.
I think it also, I think some of that goes to like putting out a quality product. It's like you can spend. I think sometimes, and I think that's the hard part. Is I understand that not all the studios can have the liberty of polishing it until it's perfect for release.
Right.
There are corporate executives and deadlines that really make it hard to hit that, and I understand that. But that's the standard now, and I don't like that, and people don't like that. People don't like spending damn near $80 for a game that is hella broken.
Right.
It's not worth it. Not doing it.
No, thank you.
And so now I think there's what I'm trying to say is that I think that there's a large percentage of that group, me included, who are like looking towards these people. They're like, I'm gonna spend a little more time on this. It goes back to the whole Baldur's Gate 3 thing.
Yeah,
it took forever for them to really put that game out and to like for it to really be finalized and be a for real solid game. And because of that, when it released, it was really nice.
Oh yeah,
the flaws were
compared to damn near everything else.
Yes.
It was a godsend.
Not only was the story and the characters and everything else so wonderful, but obviously the flaws that it did have were, I mean, at least the ones that I had were very little or quirks about it that weren't game ruining. Whereas you got some games that, like, again, you buy it brand new and it's like, your game save gets corrupted after 2 hours and it deletes it all, and you're like, bro, what are you talking about? Yeah, so it's like that kind of stuff where it's like, I don't know. I'm excited to see where some of these games go. There's a few, like, again, smaller companies that, again, there's one that John talked about recently that kind of has that PS2 aesthetic that reminds us of another game that it's like a horror type game. It's called Mole.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know a whole lot about it, but it's, again, I think it's
I
think it's a pretty small development.
Saw Chase play it, and
I think it's a pretty small development team, but from what I've heard people say, it's like it's definitely worth it. You should definitely get it.
It's pretty freaky,
and it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like, man, come on, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's shit like that where it's like they're gonna. I hate to be that guy, but I'm like you're gonna have to really wow me.
Yeah.
For me to start dropping some full price or above full price tag.
Oh yeah.
Especially when I can get some gems for $30.
Yeah. No kidding.
I can get a game that I can have a hoot of a time for
quality assured.
For $40. You want me to pay almost twice as much of that? You gotta start making it worth.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You better have something like. I'm talking
you better
free
dazzle
handy.
You better dazzle
with the pre-order bonus.
Yeah.
Anything less, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, $100 for Mario Kart World? No, thank you. No, thank you. You better talk real nice to me for $100.
You better pay me.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Ugh.
Dude, and that's the thing. I like, and again, talking again, we seamlessly transitioned into the gaming sphere for this, but it's like again goes back to art and the quality of it, and there's a lot of these movies now that are just I feel like they're churning out the same thing, or they're just kind of like riding the wave or whatever, and it's like, man, I love
something fresh,
and I think for me, people didn't like it for a number of reasons because I don't think they went into it with the right expectation, and I think I said this on the podcast before, but the Backrooms movie.
Oh yeah.
For personal reasons, I have watched Kane Pixel's YouTube series. I've been keeping up with it a little bit. I've been digging into the lore about kind of how his idea of the world works. And so going into his film about the Backrooms, I think was really good.
Oh yeah.
And I think it did a lot of good stuff. It's hard for me to call it a horror film. I would call it a suspense, like a thriller film. But it did a great job of doing that.
Yeah.
It did a great job of making me go, ooh,
yeah.
Oh God.
Dude, like the end of it, man, with the with the captain.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
My God.
The big climax scene.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. What also freaked me out is whenever at the very by the way, spoilers, I just want to say this in case anybody has not seen the Backrooms. This is a new enough movie that I do feel like saying this. Right. Most of the time we don't do that on this podcast, but it's an interesting film. I would recommend watching it.
Yeah.
You've been warned. At the very end, whenever Mary is, when it like smash cuts to like back in the Backrooms and she's at the table and she's like sitting down, I thought something happened to her where she got back in the Backrooms or whatever, and the camera cuts and her face is all like fucked up. I was like, oh,
it's
dude,
her disfigured creature self.
Yes,
that's left in
her
now.
Like hands are all messed up, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, goosebumps all over me. I was like, oh,
don't like that.
I was like, oh, I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I was like, it was freaky, and I was like, that's so. It's like that kind of stuff, unsettling, but. Hear me when I say this. It's not all doom and gloom. There are some creative individuals that are making some interesting stuff and making some creative and new and different things. I do believe that. I just think it's harder to find that sometimes than it has been, because that's not quite the mainstream.
Yeah.
Or that's not quite what gets all the budget or all the what do you call it? The publicity. All the publicity budget.
Yeah.
Doesn't get all that.
Shame.
That's okay. Especially, I don't want to get on this topic, but like, I'll just tiptoe for it for a second, especially in a world where AI is increasingly becoming a part of music, increasingly becoming a part of art, and trying to like encroach upon all those different spaces, and now video as well. It's like,
yeah, dude.
I just feel like I'm constantly trying my best to find really made.
Some real shit.
Some really good real shit.
Yeah.
Some really, especially new stuff and some, or a new take on a classic idea.
Nothing
I'm okay with
synthesized.
that. Yes. Or if it's synthesized, let it be, at least have some creative human elements behind it and not just, punched into a computer and told to do whatever. So
make a song.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Do your thing.
Okay, sure.
So yeah,
That's how you do it.
right.
God.
Well, all right. Anything else you want to touch on for this, or we want to go ahead and?
No, I think that'll do.
I think it will as well.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed this movie.
Oh, yeah.
I want to watch more.
It was nice coming back to it after God knows how long.
Yeah.
Since the last time I saw it.
I agree. Well, for anybody who wants to get involved with this podcast, we have comment sections on Spotify and on YouTube where you can leave us some of your responses. If anybody's listening to us on the audio platforms, we really appreciate it. Specifically, the YouTube is Hindsight Studios. So you can type in Aftermath on any of the major podcasting platforms and find us that way. But on YouTube, if you type in @Hindsight Studios, you can find all of our podcasts there. And it's a little bit easier to find us that way. Be sure to subscribe and like on whatever platforms you listen to us on. And until next week, thank you so much for listening.
See you.
Bye-bye.